Today I'm going to demonstrate how to use the acronym Gemdas as a supplemental aid in the classroom. So students were first introduced to Gemdas in 5th grade, where they learned that the G stands for grouping symbols, E for exponents, M for multiplication, D for division, A for addition, and S for subtraction. In order to use this in a high school context, I would have students separate out the G, the E, the M and the D, because multiplication and division are inverse operations, and A and S, because addition and subtraction are inverse operations. And let's use this on a 2018 STAR released item where students were asked to solve for X, and the problem is 34X plus 95 is equal to 3 times the quantity 14X plus 9. And so I, as a scaffold, would have students look, are there any grouping symbols that we might need to address? And here we have parentheses, so I would say yes. And then I would ask, do we have any exponents that we need to address? Well, in the expression on the left, in the expression on the right, I don't see any exponents, so I would exit out. And I would, as a scaffold, have students first address the grouping symbols, because I know that if I divided all terms by 3 first, the 34x, the 95, and then divide this whole term by 3, that it wouldn't be pretty numbers. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the parentheses by using the distributive property. And the distributive property tells me that I'm going to distribute the 3 onto the 14x and the 9. And so when I distribute, 3 times 14x gives me the product 42x. 3 times positive 9 is going to give me the quantity 27. And then I'm going to just bring down the left-hand side, because I already have only 2 terms over here that I cannot combine or simplify at all, because I just have 34x and 95 and I can't combine those. And so now, manipulating the equation in order to solve for x, I have to use inverse operations. And so I'm going to make a decision, and I'm going to look at my plus 95, my constant terms, and my plus 27. And I know that I have addition. And so in order to get rid of addition, I have to do the opposite, which is subtraction. And which number? I have a choice. Which number do I want to subtract? I'm going to go ahead and subtract 27 from both sides, because that way I don't have to really deal with negative numbers. And positive 27 minus 27 gives me 0 on the right-hand side, and I'm going to go ahead and just bring down my 42x, because I didn't do anything to the 42x. And then I will subtract 27 from 95, which gives me 68. You can use your calculator and check to see if my math is correct. And I'll just bring down the 34x, because I didn't do anything to the 34x. Now, by the same means, I need to combine my x's, and so I need to move the 34x from the left side of the equation to the right. And again, if I don't have a symbol there, then it's addition. I need to do its inverse operation, which is subtract. And so much like I did in the step above, I will subtract 34x from both sides. Bring down my 68, subtract 34x from 42x, that leaves me with 8x. And so I have one more step that I need to do, because right now I have the equation 68 is equal to 8x, and I want to know what x is equal to. And so 8x means that I'm presented with multiplication. And the way to undo multiplication is to divide. And so I'm going to come down and I'm going to divide both sides by 8, leaving me with x is equal to 8.5.